Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of describing pi. This is standard 7.5b in the great state of Texas, and we're using item number 12 of the Redesign Practice Online STAAR Test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got the circumference of a circular disc, it's approximately 67.23 centimeters. The diameter of the disc is 21.4. So which ratio best represents the value of pi? What do we know about pi here? Let's open up our references chart, because they actually do reference pi. If we look down here, we get additional information. We say that pi is approximately 3.14 or approximately 22 out of 7. That doesn't really help us a whole lot. And then we see pi appear with a circle. The circle is, we've got a circumference, 2 pi r, or the circumference is pi times the diameter. You know what? We might be able to use that right there. Look at that. Circumference equals pi times diameter. So I'm going to bring that over here. Let's see if that can help me in case I don't know how to describe pi. Because we've got these two equations. Circumference equals 2 pi r. But we don't have the radius in this problem. We do have the diameter, though. So I'm going to use the second one. Circumference equals pi times the diameter. Now, how does that help me? Well, if we're looking at a circle, so let me just draw a circle here, pretend that it is circular. What are each of these things that we're talking about? Well, the radius is the r, and it doesn't necessarily give us that, but we could calculate it if we want to, because the radius is from the center to the side of the circle at any point. The diameter is going to be this guy right here, through the center from side to side. Well, by definition, right, the radius is going to be half of the diameter. So whenever you find the diameter, you can always just cut it in half, because it's 2 of these from the center to the side. It's going to make your 2 of those make your diameter. So what is the circumference? Well, the circumference, kind of think of it like the perimeter. It is the distance around the outside of the circle. So the circumference goes all the way around like this. Now, we are looking for which of these values best represent pi. Well, we actually know some of these values here, so let me see if I can write them in blue here. So the circumference is 67.23 cm, so they give us that. And then they give us the diameter of 21.4, okay? cm. They don't give us the radius, but we don't need the radius. We could just cut the diameter in half if we really wanted to get that radius. Now, how do we find pi? Well, take a look at this right here. I know the circumference and the diameter. Let me plug those in. So my circumference is right here, 67.23. I don't know the pi, but I do know my diameter is 21.4. So how can I isolate that pi by itself? Well, look, you think that is held by multiplication, so inverse operation, divide both sides by 2.14. And if you divide both sides by 2.14, right, that cancels itself off on the right, and you get the 67 divided by, actually it's 21.4. To make sure we can put the decimal in the right spot, let's make that 21.4. And so that is going to be our answer, because pi is going to simply be the circumference over the diameter. You could take any circle, take your circumference, divide it by the diameter, and you've got pi, which is around 3.14. So my answer is B.